So, hello, Salonpreneur Magazine followers. We are today recording, and as you can see, state the obvious, why don't you? We are recording and talking about the winter edition of Salonpreneur Magazine, the beautiful cover there by Joe Lomax, who was actually introduced to me by Theresa. And I do love
No,
this
it's,
image.
it's emotional. It's emotional because she's not my hairdresser anymore because I moved away. I've even considered driving to the other
Oh,
side of the
whoa.
country to go back and get her to do. I haven't had my hair done like that. I'm not
Oh,
over it.
no. You might have a quick trip down to Western Supermare, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Anyway, but a beautiful image. So thank you very much, Teresa, just for passing me Joe's details so we can get that lovely image. But anyway, so we'll talk about that. And obviously Teresa is one of our collaborative columnists, and her column in this issue is on page 104. And it's all about, do you retail genuinely? And it's an interesting read. Retail is a massive part of our industry. It's something we should all be doing.
Well,
But something
but
people
you
can
are
never
doing it.
forget
You're
about.
retailing yourself, so you are doing it. You're retailing a service. It's still an
Yeah,
end product. It's whether it's a service or a product. It's still retailing.
but the block comes when you then go, I've now done this service that I've paid you for, and now I want some more money.
Yeah.
And that's where that block comes, isn't it? Because you're selling something that isn't you. And I know for me, that always was the bit that made me feel a bit ick. Because this is the thing, it makes you feel ick.
But where does that come from, right? Like where?
Oh, yeah.
Where did it's like
Learn pattern
it's like a
behavior.
passed down hereditary gift that's
Yeah.
I
Just
know,
keeps
but I'm
giving.
saying it from experience. Like
Yeah.
I see it, I know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's a difficult thing. And I think that it is, I mean, over the years, we both will have seen untold coaches talking about it, loads of column space in every magazine, because it is a perpetual problem, and well, not a problem, a challenge that many of our industry fail to grasp and succeed at. Do you say
Mm.
that's fair?
Yeah, no, I'd agree. I'd say that I know some salons who retail phenomenally.
Yeah.
Um, but also they're super successful. And that is no coincidence
No.
because yeah, you're basically earning more money without doing anything.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that what we all want, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's not free money, is it, by any means? Because you've got to pay for the retail first. But it's a whole lot of profit you didn't have to work for,
Yeah.
other than to say, and would you like to buy this? Or words to that effect.
hmm
This
hmm
can help you continue the benefits of your service at home.
Yeah, I think as well, like you can see that there are people that there are top ups to the service. That used to be a staple. I mean, I know when I was at college, we were taught how to retail. That don't happen now. But
A lot of stuff doesn't happen now, let's face
yeah, a
it.
lot of stuff. Let's not start that, shall we? But I think, yeah, they walk out of your door, wherever that may be, and then go to a supermarket.
Yeah.
There's no supermarket that's apologizing for the price of the product that's on the side. There's no the person that stood at a concession stand when you walk into Boots asking, can they spritz you with this perfume? There's no shame in that.
No.
So th
And
I
they're
think,
spritzing £120 perfume on you, or an £80 perfume that they
yeah,
want you to
I
buy.
haven't even asked if you might be allergic to any of the ingredients within
Yeah,
it. They're just spraying
indeed.
you anyway. But I think, yeah. Whereas the key part in my title of my article was, "Are you retailing genuinely?" Because it doesn't then become hard. If you are falsely retailing, you're doing it as a forced thing, then yeah, do you know what? Yeah, shame on you. Like that shouldn't be happening. You're recommending something because
Yeah.
I've said this recently, like it's the full stop on the sentence, it's the crossing the T's, dotting the I's on the service that you have provided. You might be recommending a product that is going to solve that client's problems.
Yeah.
You've only done part of the job, and that product is then going to finish it off and wow your customer, and you've gained a customer for life. So there's so much more to it, but you are right. It is an inherited fear, embarrassment, awkwardness.
Yeah.
I had
Just
this sorry. I had this conversation earlier with someone in a completely different country, and a distributor, and she has the same problems there. So it's not just us;
no.
it's everywhere. But I just said this mindset about it, this fear, this barrier that we're putting in our way. I, for example, can say to you, "Wow, Sue, I went to the most amazing restaurant last week. The burgers were phenomenal. You've got to go." that was me genuinely recommending something to you. And
Yeah,
at no point have you gone, well, how much is it? Or you've gone, wow, oh, that sounds great. Yeah, oh my God, give me the details. I'm going.
yeah,
You only need to take that and apply that
yeah.
to,
And I think we kind of lose it, don't we, so much. And I think like we undervalue ourselves, and so much. But when you talk about mindset, and so much of this does come into those, like we might have imposter syndrome, we might just feel lacking in confidence. There's so many things that are going to spring from earlier points in our life that are going to hold us back when it comes to offering a solution to our clients. And I think, I mean, obviously, like you are very specifically nails. I've been nails for a long time, but we both have beauty in our backgrounds as well. And I now only work in holistics, so I've got quite a broad spectrum of what I've done. And I think I've found nails one of the thing is that with nails, the retail is much more affordable, shall we say, because we're looking at oils, like, you know, a 15
yeah,
ml bottle of oil
yeah,
isn't going to cost someone £80. You know,
but it could.
it could indeed, but generally it isn't going to. Now retail is pocket money, and for a lot of the brands that are out there is pocket money. Sometimes it might even be as low as £2 or £3, depending on what it is that you're buying, but it could be as much as £30 or £40, depending what you're buying.
Yeah.
But when you start pushing that through into skincare, obviously the prices for that can become quite high for some things. And I think maybe that area,
Well,
when you're
that in
starting to
itself,
go, oh, this face cream's £120, can make you, in actual fact, I can actually feel myself feeling a little bit icky there, because it just makes you go, because you put your own values on it of
yeah, but
where
I mean, that in itself is the thing. You probably could, if we probably pinned a few salon professionals down,
yeah,
would you take a hand cream and a
yeah,
face cream, which ultimately probably could very much be the same
very
thing?
similar ingredients.
Yeah, right. But it's okay, the face cream's going to be more money,
Yeah,
but the hand cream's going to be considerably less.
yeah,
So I say this over and over again. It's a race to the bottom. It's a race to being the cheapest and the quickest and the fastest,
yeah,
and that just doesn't work. That's just not business.
no,
So it's not going to make you any money. It's not going to help you, support you, make you feel any better. So yeah, it is a. I can only probably say this now, much later into my career. Now I'm kind of stepping away from salon life. That obviously I've now moved into a product-based business. If anything, it's been a revelation moving into the product-based business of applying my knowledge of everything of being a nail professional or a salon owner into my business. And then even sometimes, if I'm honest, even I feel awkward promoting myself of my own brand.
I know.
It's there.
Yeah,
Look,
it's
I am telling you this because I'm experiencing it myself. It's just that I'm
yeah,
older and wiser. I know how to overcome it.
yeah. But I do think it's like, you know, with everything we do, we know that the first few times we do it are the hardest. They're the worst. That's the point. That's, you have to kind of get over the ick hump, don't you?
Yeah.
And you know, and whether, like you say, whether it's you trying to sell your product, me trying to sell the magazine, me trying to sell advertising space, me trying to sell the things that I do, all of the things that we have to do that are new to us feel uncomfortable. And if you haven't ever been proficient and successful and confident at retailing, you got this whole little thing in your brain called the reticular activating system that then goes, oh, well, you're not very good at that, so don't do that because you're not good at it. But if you continue and you practice, eventually, like, your reticular activating system goes, oh, actually, she did that okay. Let's tell her to do that again. Let's try that in a different way. And your brain, like all the neuroplasticity, learns that actually you can be successful, and it does work. And then and especially if you've got a team, if you've got a team of people that are then going, oh, I can't retail, don't make me talk to people about selling. Then, but if one person starts winning, then the other people start winning, and it is just like the ripple effect. And you need to, you know, says she who's like the most amazing person at retail, not, but I know the science behind it, and I can be amazing at retail when I tell myself I'm amazing at retail.
I think as well, everyone thinks, oh, retail, you've got to retail loads of things. No, you don't. You just got to retail a few good things. That's all
Yeah,
you need. You don't have absolutely everything because you're just pouring your money down the drain.
yeah,
You only need the odd thing, something that complements your best-selling service, that, you know, tops that service up. That's all you need. But it is the difference from making X amount to making a year £1,000, £2,000 more without doing anything to it. And that just, it's just simple logic, really.
Yeah.
I think if for listeners listening, from a product-based business and now seeing people place orders with me, now technicians place orders with me, can I please put out a plea to you all? Try to be a bit more organized. Now, I see a lot of repeat orders, really repeat orders from the same people, could be even once a week.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's
And
not well thought out.
it's not well thought out, because the professional side of my business, obviously I will always serve the salon professional, so that you can buy products from me as a professional, so that you can retail them, shock horror,
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
retail them and make profit. I want you to be able to do that, to be able to take a piece of my pie. Now, and it'll give you a good client, it'll give you a good service, like you're fixing problems. It's just, yeah. So, but you're paying shipping
I know. I just
on
said that was
every
the first thing
single
that went through
one.
my
So
mind.
you've actually not made any money and you're successfully
No.
retailing. So
Yeah.
definitely look back on your previous sales, what you've done, and be organized with the shipping part of it. Because if some of these, like say, these regular customers that I see placed it once a month, they'd
Mm.
have free shipping and they'd be taking all of the profit for
Yeah.
themselves. So if you walk away from this podcast with anything, please do that.
And actually, do you know what? And I'm going to back this up, because I've got a service that I still offer that needs to have, and it's the only, it's, other than oil, it's the only service that I actually need to buy anything that is a contributory factor. But I've decided I might actually take it off my price list, because I do so few of them, probably maybe 3 or 4 a year. So I don't want to buy a lot of stock. And I went to buy some the other day, and the shipping is so prohibitive that it's actually going to, instead of adding probably £6 per treatment, it's going to cost me, because I only need to buy a few, because I know I'm not going to use them. I don't want to have it sitting there as dead money. Mm-hmm. So if I want to buy 8 things that I need to make 4 treatments, it works out it's going to cost me £10 a treatment.
Which is fine.
Which is fine. And it's kind of
if
priced
you
within
can
my
cost
thing.
that in.
It's kind of, it was priced within it, but of course they put their prices up, shipping's gone up. So now for me to be competitive with my price, well, not even competitive, because it doesn't come into competitive. For me to be able to make the same profit, that's what it comes down to. I've got to up my price by another £3 or £4, and that treatment's already expensive treatment, because it's a luxury treatment. And I've got to really work out whether I want to make that investment to maintain doing that treatment. And it is, but I'm a very small, I do a handful of treatments a month. I really don't do very many. I'm very exclusive, I like to think. But I just don't want to give up that cold face bit. I still like doing that.
I mean, yeah, if that was a treatment that you was a bestseller for you, if that was a treatment that you were doing all the time, then you could totally put that price right up.
Yeah, that's it. I'd be putting the price up and
double it up.
But like you say, if I was buying, instead of buying 8, if I was buying 30, then I'd probably get free shipping. But the annoying thing is that these things are very small, and they fit in a very small, ordinary size envelope, and then they send it by courier, and it's like, so you pay £10 for the courier when you could.
I will say, yeah, I mean, shipping.
And that, to me, as the business owner, that's a bit of a wrong one. But there you go. I'm not naming and shaming.
But all these things are standing. I think, are just when you're busy running a business and working out for yourself. We're all on our own, or many are now fully on their own.
Yeah.
These are things that are happening underneath your nose without you realising. Yeah. Just a little bit of organisation. Yeah, I mean, my biggest selling customer, she's amazing. I'm sure she's not going to mind me saying her name's Wendy. She sells my products like it's water. I've said to the point I've said, you're going to have to start giving out tips. We're going to have to get you on a live like for the rest of the customers, because I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you're doing it. She's like, I don't know. It's just that I love it and it just sells itself. But that in itself is the explanation. She's so invested. It's so casual to her. It's why would you not use it? Why are you not using it? Like, so she's created that FOMO. She's also, and I think you're going to want to probably discuss this, incorporated it into her treatment. So she's actually now it's part of a service.
Yes.
So it's a rehabilitation service.
Yeah,
So she's always
absolutely.
created a service around the product.
Yeah.
And again, that's all created by her.
Yeah.
We've got a service coming in the pipeline, if you're hearing. But yeah.
But no one, you haven't mentioned what, and we probably should mention really, and I don't mind mentioning what your brand is because I do think
There's
I
many
know
brands
how
out there.
hard
You
you
know
work.
me. I'm not one to be
Yeah,
like.
I know. So Theresa is the founder and brand owner of an amazing nail care system called Saviour. And it's taken her a long time to bring it to market. She's just showing it on the screen now. It's beautiful. I was very, very, very fortunate to be part of her testing panel. And it is a beautiful product and it really does do what it says on the tin. So yeah, just a sort of a mention of it because I know how much it means to Theresa, and it's a massively
It's
intensive
quite
product.
unique.
It's
Yeah.
just, yeah, it's very unique.
But it shouldn't be, and this conversation really is probably coming at the right time because I've done quite a lot of market research this week or last week, should I say, just to kind of understand buying habits a little bit more, because what I thought I knew turns out is not what I thought.
No.
And so having a product-based business has definitely opened my eyes up on the retailing part, and I do have people saying, "Oh no." Like, oh, that's expensive. No.
But but it's the question is who believes it to be expensive? And this is our downfall so much, is that we go, oh, that sounds like a lot of money. You know, like I was saying about that £120 skin cream it made my stomach little flip a little bit, thinking about the fact if I might even have to think about having to sell
Yeah.
that to somebody.
My
Because
skincare, I tell you, my face cream is £120. I didn't
yeah,
buy it. My other half bought it for me for Christmas,
yeah.
thank God.
This
But
is
my face
yeah.
cream is £120.
Yeah,
Look at my
the
face.
one I'm using currently is £120, but it's remainders from my salon days that I brought some stock home with me, and I'm still going through it. But obviously I didn't pay that for it because I had it wholesale.
But
But
I would have friends that won't buy that cream because
yeah,
they just don't see the value in it.
no.
But I'm pretty confident should they start using it, they'll be like,
Oh,
ah.
but also what we have to remember is there are people that want to go to Aldi and buy the Q10 cream that's like costs £3.79 and has been very, very well
Quite good,
documented
I have to
to
say.
be very good cream. But you also have those people that want to spend the money, that do earn maybe a six-figure salary or an upper five-figure salary, and they have disposable income. We don't know what people have got in the bank.
My other half used to be mind blown in a salon. I don't have that salon anymore, but I used to have a customer that would be very open and honest that she had put aside her money to have her nails done, yet didn't have enough money to go and buy the dinner for her kids that night. And even for me, it made me uncomfortable, and he couldn't get his head around it.
No.
And I was like, well, that's because she values her nails over
Yeah.
feeding her
But
kids
it
later.
is about values, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is about what people earn, but we can't ever second guess unless someone sits there. Even if someone says to you, "Oh, actually, I've got a really good job and I earn, I don't know, 80 grand a year." That doesn't mean that they've got 80 grand a year to spend. We all know by the time tax and national insurance, mortgage, bills, food, whatever it is comes off it. And if they've got credit card debt or they've got their house mortgage to the hilt and got second mortgages on it or whatever, you don't know what anybody's, they might be driving around in some nice like Lamborghini that they can't afford to pay for either. But it's all about image, and especially in today's world, image and what you project out to the rest of the world is really important, which is probably why that lady's nails were so important to her, was because for her, as part of her personality, part of her character, she hasn't got her nails on, she's not going to be able to do her job because her mindset's going to disappear, and it goes on.
Well, I think that's the kind of key point in this article. It was like a main sentence. It's like your role is to present the best value and not prejudge their wallet.
No,
You don't know. It's not your role to say what they will and won't spend or what they can and can't afford. That's their decision. All you're doing is presenting them genuinely something that is going to help them, that you love, and you are sharing your passion for whatever that may be, whether that be a tiny cuticle oil or £130 face cream. Like, you're recommending it for a good reason. I'm not a fan of spa retail. Like when you wander into the spa setups and they just write you a prescription out and just hand it to
Yeah.
you and thrust it under your face. That's not genuine. You've just been told by your boss you've got to do that.
Yeah, that's it. No, this is what I've just used in the treatment. If you like it, go buy it. That's what that is, isn't it? It's not,
Yeah.
it's there's no, there is, I
And
mean,
I'm confident
we
there is
know
not
that
many
those things,
sales.
yeah,
There won't be
we
many
know
sales
that
out there.
they're prescriptions, don't we? Because they're called prescription pads. I mean, I know when I had Comfort Zone in my salon, and we actually had a thought that it was called a prescription pad. But that we had to sit and do that in a genuine way. We had to work out what was in the client's best interest going forward and stuff. And we were always, when we went through our product training, that was pushed to us. It isn't just a case of we've used this. We can go, actually, we didn't use this because it's not in our treatment protocol, but we believe this would benefit you.
And that's very similar to the systems that you choose to implement into your salons. Like if you're in hair and you like Revlon, or you're in beauty and you like Dermalogica, like you are still choosing those brands, those products to be able to facilitate your services, which you are then already saying to them, I use this because it's great. They might be coming in asking for Schwarzkopf. God, talk about having to use my history of knowledge
Yeah.
of brands. And you go, no, that's not a brand for me. I use this one. I align with this one. This one's good. This is why it's good. You're already doing the work. But when you take them to the till and then you're like, please buy this shampoo.
Oh,
That shampoo is a prime example. It's an everyday use product. Everyone has it.
yeah.
So, and if you're going to buy a shampoo, you're probably then going to upgrade that to having a conditioner. You're not going to use them two separately.
No.
There's such, you're genuinely retailing.
And you know what? People are allowed to say no
Yeah.
and walk away, and you don't have to feel bad or awkward or embarrassed or ashamed.
But there is nothing like the feeling when they come back and you go, you didn't use it, did you? Like
Yeah.
you could have, if you'd have bought it,
Yeah.
we wouldn't be in this mess right now. And chances are you will then make that sale.
Yeah.
By being consistent with still recommending that product. Just because they said no last time doesn't mean that it's no this time. It might have been their budget last time. They might have had no money left over last month. But this month, you know what? I'm going to treat myself.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I saw it.
You have to
I've
time
yet
it
to post
sometimes,
it.
don't you? And
Yeah.
just things like, don't try and sell. I mean, unless you've got like clients going off on winter cruises and stuff, trying to sell SPF in December is going to be challenging because people have got other commitments.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to sell SPF in like April and May, people are going to be open to receiving that message because they're planning their summer holidays, and they might have their early spring break or whatever. And if you have to time your retail appropriately. But also one of the things, and we did kind of touch on it earlier, that I do want to go through a little bit is, and this comes from a sales coach that I've worked with over the years, is the powerful solution. And I found some of my best retail, and it although this is something I was trained and looked at within recent times, it also goes back to the beginning of my now career back in like 2005, back in the dark ages, it feels now, pre social media. She was still advertising in the yellow pages because it still existed in paper form. But include, and the powerful solution is all about providing a full and complete service for your client. And your Wendy, who I know as well, that's what she's doing. She's created a powerful solution for her clients. She's got the rehabilitation, now service, whatever it is that she calls it. And within that is all of the retail built in.
Yeah.
And then you don't even have to sell it, because then you're selling it as a service, which genuinely you feel more comfortable selling because that's what you do hands-on. So we feel comfortable in that process. And I have to say, I think my biggest sales have come through that. I used to do one where they'd get 6 facials, monthly facial for 6 months. They'd get a whole cleanse tone package. They'd be able to select moisturizers and the serums and whatever they wanted up to a certain value within that package. And I used to charge, I think, 750 quid for it, something like that. And we sold them. People did, we didn't sell hundreds of them, but whilst we were actively doing that,
you put that together as value. Then you're presenting value, what they're getting from that. And I'm going to guess, based on a marketing element, I'm guessing you've pitched that in a, here's your problem and here's your solution.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. We knew that particular £750 one was targeting the ideal client for that was a woman probably over the age of 45, 50. They were going to be starting to have signs of aging. We were targeting people that had disposable income and that were regular clients of ours, that we knew that they had a big spend with us already. because I used my booking system and I did my reporting and I knew how much they were spending. And you push it to those people because you know that they appreciate what you do, they value what you do, and they've bought from you previously. And if you could see that using your booking system reporting, then you can start targeting, because that's the ideal client you want to pitch that at.
I used to find retailing to men so much easier, because they're less fuss, they're less drama. They're like, yeah, I buy that. And it lasts 4 weeks. Okay, it's 4 weeks now. It's run out. Can I have another one? They were just so good. They were so good.
They don't have an emotional commitment to the product, do they? That's the difference. We sit, and I think as women, we go, oh, but I could pay for little Johnny's like football class, or heartstrings.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'll treat myself later. And it actually isn't a treat. It's actually something that you probably would really benefit from. It isn't necessarily a treat.
Yeah, I will say, when you are retailing genuinely, we need to count how many times I've said it in here. The repeat customer of that is amazing. Like you're then never really having to sell it again. So it's kind of like short-term pain for long-term gain. You might have to go a little bit, I wouldn't say hard sales because that's not the right term, but you're going to really try to sell it to them because you genuinely know that it's going to help them and you love it. And usually you've used it within your treatment, so they've experienced it. That's a much easier sell. And then they'll want to rebuy it. So then you're getting a residual income of them rebuying it, and then you've got to chip away at the ones that aren't buying it. The best thing about having a salon, being in a salon environment, if you're a salon owner listening, is that FOMO is real. FOMO has definitely become something that's grown over recent years, that when you've got a therapist that's took the customer to reception to finalize the bill and sell something and retail genuinely that thing, that the next therapist and that customer has overheard that, and you kind of almost have to follow suit, because if you don't then do what the previous therapist did, well, she don't care about me. Like, why has she not recommended anything to me? Or what did she get? Why has she got it? I want that. Oh, she had lovely nails. If I buy that, can I buy that? It's a knock-on effect.
And also one thing that's going through my mind, because I know somebody I know has got a piece of AI that does this, and she's selling salon intelligence, that is sadly only in hair really at the moment to do this, but it can actually predict next usage and stuff like that. And really and truly, if you use your booking system effectively and you can see who's buying your retail, obviously it depends on what booking system you've got, but the one I had in my salon, we could see the retail patterns. And if they bought, say, a 15ml cuticle oil, if they are using that a couple of times a day, like they should be, maybe more. Like if I'm being good, I'll do mine 2 or 3 times a day if I'm being good. But that means that they're most likely in 4 to 6 weeks they're going to need another one. So that you just go, oh, did you need a new cuticle oil? That's all you need to do, because they're going to go, oh God, shame I haven't used it. I best go use it. You're going to give them a nudge.
Or I've not used it, but I don't want her to know I've not used it, so I'll buy another one.
Yes, I'll buy another one. You're going to get shame or guilt either way. But not that we want to shame or guilt our clients. But but that is part of the process as well. And I mean, and we should also mention that there is an element of that. People do quite often say yes when the offer is given because they don't want to let you down, and they probably also experience a level of understanding how that it might make you feel trying to make that sale, because I think most people don't like feeling like they're forcing something on somebody else. And in that mirror version, when you're sitting opposite your client and you're trying to do that, they know what you're trying to do, and it's just how open to it they are.
I think if you can step away, because there is no one forcing anyone here.
No,
you are getting to that checkout scenario and you feel you can't say you need to buy this, I recommend you to buy this shampoo. Do you know what? Don't do it, because you're not, so I'm going to say it again, you're not retailing genuinely. Because if you did, like I say in the analogy I gave you earlier about saying, like, you need to go to that restaurant, it was amazing, you should have an equal amount of recommendation, like the face cream that you like using or the nail color you love choosing, that you've then mentioned that to someone, oh God, God, that was so beautiful. You should so try it. That is exactly what it is. But we've just now learned somehow over the
Yeah.
years that you should feel uncomfortable and you are forcing someone to buy something.
Mm. But also, and coming back to it, and I think as well, sometimes it's hard if you're an employee in a salon and you're retailing. It may be that you don't like the products so much. The salon owner
Yeah.
might love them, and the clients might love them, but you might not have the passion for it because they might be a bit too floral or something. And so if you're in charge of your own retail, make sure on your own products, make sure you buy something you are passionate about. Because like Wendy, that's half the battle gone. Because if you're passionate, you'll sell it.
Yeah. And should I say, well, now we've got a thing going, me and Wendy now. I've set her a challenge to, if she reaches the same point next year, she's so far ahead on the sales department, then she's actually going to accompany me and my team on an event.
Oh
If
wow.
she does that, then she's done amazing.
Yeah.
So, she is being recognized for the work that she's done, and so she should
Yeah.
be, really.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So,
And I think probably if we finish on this as well, is that we have to remember as well that we buy as salon owners, whatever environment we work in, as business owners, we go to a product company and we buy their product. And whether that's Wendy coming to you and buying Saviour, whether that's me going to Comfort Zone when I have my salon buying those products, their business development managers, which obviously in your business at the moment is you. But if they're huge brands, then they have they could have a whole like train of BDMs, can't they? Those people are there to help you sell their product, utilize the market. Because if I know that you do some amazing stuff in your business to help support the people that are selling your products out there. And any company that's worth their salts will have so much marketing material you can use, ideas, just ways of doing it. So just reach out to them and get the support.
yeah, well, it's in their interest for you to buy it,
Yeah.
for you to sell it.
Yeah.
So definitely, I think and what I did do quite early on, I started to recognize buying patterns of, again, the salon owners or the businesses buying from me, almost cutting their nose off to spite their face, because they weren't buying certain products because it had a higher price point or whatever decisions they'd made at that time. So then those customers were coming to me and buying direct. Now,
Oh,
great, my margin's there because I'm selling it at the full retail price. So my margin has jumped hugely. Brilliant for me. But you've then done yourself out of that sale. That customer would have bought that from you.
yeah.
I'd have still sold it to you, and you'd have then took a piece of that pie. But instead they come direct. And then, yeah, and then now they're in my database and now they buy directly. So we don't want that. Like I say, obviously within Saviour, we do have a stockist. I really try to push the salons that there are products only available to the salons. So you're right. Every brand should be looking after you. Whoever you're spending your money with should be
Yeah.
supporting you.
Yeah, and helping you and having materials to help you too. It's because it isn't just as simple as like, here's the product, I've sent it to you, now go and do the thing. It is about, it's a whole network from the manufacturers all the way through to the person putting the products onto their face, skin, wherever it is that they're using it. It's a complete network, and we need to utilize all of those areas to help build our confidence and to know that we're doing the right thing by our clients.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, should we leave retail there?
Yeah.
What are you writing about in the next one for April, for spring?
Well,
Yeah.
I think you kind of touched on it a little bit earlier. You talked about neuroplasticity. I'm a science nerd, right? And you know that I also openly have struggles with the fact that I have to be on social media all the time.
Yes.
That I am all the hats in my business. And then what kind of detrimental effect that actually has on me running my business. So am I almost self-sabotaging? Am I actually working proactively to make sensible choices? So yeah, I'm kind of go down the a little bit more mindful route, I think, because it's something that I'm experiencing myself, and I find that being able to help others while I'm experiencing myself is much more genuine. So at the moment, I mean, that could change because sometimes things crop up and I'm really inspired. So I have got two blogs that two articles that I've never given you because I'm like, no, I no, that one's not right now. That's not right
Yeah.
yet. So I do.
Okay. But I think the neuroplasticity thing, and I mean, you know that I can help people do confidence and all that kind of neuroplastic-y stuff with hypnotherapy, and I do love it. And
Well, you know, I'm not a floaty person, you see.
no,
I
you're
can't
not.
do the holistic-y, wooey stuff. However,
No.
if you can make it science, then that's a different thing
Yeah.
altogether.
Yeah.
Which I do know they go hand in hand, so I am aware of that.
I mean,
So,
they do, but those things are, it's like really important, and we need to understand that when we have those limiting patterns in our head, we can literally do that. And I mean, it isn't quite that simple, but we can pick our fingers and make it change. And we can improve how we view ourselves in our own head, because mostly that's the obstacle, is how we view ourselves in our own head, or the perception of how other people will view us.
to this friend, so this with a friend recently was that, like, you can't moan about the work the work you didn't do, the job you didn't do. Oh, you know what I'm trying to say now.
Yeah.
That one. Oh God, my head's gone. You can't complain of what you've not got for the work you didn't do.
Yeah, absolutely.
But when you ended up falling into the rut of social media and the FOMO and watching what everyone else has got, and you end up self-sabotaging and actually not using it as a fire to build something. I recognize in my own personal traits that the more stressed I become, weirdly, I become more productive. But
yeah,
I crash and burn later.
Yeah, massively. I do
really
too.
bad. So I am very aware that I'm trying to do something about that.
It's like I'm going to. I did recording with the two players yesterday for the accountancy column, and we were talking about how we I self-sabotage myself a whole year, going, I'll do my accounts next week, I'll do it next week, and so I'm always I hang on the deadline. If someone gives me a deadline, I'll be there at 11 o'clock waiting for that deadline to be right there before I do the work. And I've been like it my whole life. I don't think I'm going to change, but it does mean that then when I'm trying to juggle,
acceptance is key.
Yeah, it's just like, and I drive myself mad with it. And I think, you know, if anything where we can kind of start changing those processes, I am embracing the change to be more spread out, because it is, the crash burn thing's really unpleasant, and I crash and burn too often. Anyway, enough about us crashing and burning. Let's see what Theresa puts in the magazine.
We're keeping it real, because I think, again, we all spend the time thinking that everyone's got all this together.
God, no. And actually, I mean, I was showing you earlier, actually, like, and anyone that's watching this on YouTube, you'll be able to see, it's like, I've got a new whiteboard. Oh, look at that organization. But it is actually really helping me keep a little bit more focused on what I'm doing, because otherwise I have notebooks everywhere and bits of paper, and it's like, no, it's all on my whiteboard. That's courtesy of Phil Jackson. He made me do it. But it is, but just trying to be a little bit more aligned with where you're going.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's stop there. So thank you very much for coming on, Theresa.
Thank you.
And I'll be speaking to you again in the spring when it's all nice and sunny.
See you then.
See you.